Autumn's coffee shop. This is Autumn standing in her coffee shop. She's getting ready for a busy day. People love visiting her place in fall. Autumn smiled, adjusting her apron while watching the espresso machine warming up. She knew the hot drinks menu, especially the pumpkin spice, would be very popular today. Earlier, she had to quickly sift the flour to start the dough for her famous harvest cake. She glanced at the jars of cocoa powder and vanilla extract on the shelves, making sure she had enough. She had to whisk the cream soon for the topping, ensuring it had the perfect light texture. Autumn was ready to greet her first customers and make that day sweet. She continued to work on her harvest cake. This was a constant favorite around harvest time. Autumn checked the beautiful bundt cake, making sure the glaze was perfectly set. To start, she had used a lot of brown sugar and allspice to make the filling incredibly rich and autumnal. The cake now sat on the cake stand, waiting to be sliced and served with a steaming tea. She had even decorated the top with tiny marzipan pumpkins, a final sweet garnish. The aroma of the spice cake was sure to draw customers in from the street. The bell chimed, signaling the arrival of the first customers, Joe and Adam. Autumn smiled, remembering their childhood mischief. They were like family. They sat outside with their friendly dogs, drawn in by the sign that read, "Pumpkin spice is back." Joe took a large sip of his hot drink while Adam played with his small dog. Autumn knew they would likely order a side of her fresh biscuits, which she baked with a little extra unsalted butter. The whole cozy scene was exactly why her shop was so popular in the fall. Autumn smiled, taking their order for the delicious leaf-shaped biscuits and 2 hot chocolates. She hurried back to the kitchen, ready to work on the next batch of treats. She had just enough time to knead the remaining dough and shape a new pie crust. After preparing the filling, she quickly put it in the large oven where the temperature was perfect. The air in the kitchen was now heavy with the sweet aroma of ginger and warm butter. She used her timer to make sure everything would bake perfectly before the next rush. She made all these beautiful things like the tiered stand of cupcakes and the whole pie with its perfect crust. However, Stripey the cat had quietly wandered in and wanted a piece of the autumn treats. The mischievous taster was dangerously close to the delicate leaf-shaped biscuits that Autumn had lovingly made with a special cutter. Autumn had to quickly move the baking sheet of extra cookies before Stripey could snack on them. "No, Stripey, no biscuits for you," she said, gently picking up the cat. She knew she had to get back to whipping the fresh cream for Joe and Adam's hot chocolates. Autumn gently took Stripey, the little taster, and put him in her pantry for a nap, away from the tempting biscuits. She then focused on the orders, measuring out the cocoa powder and a dash of cinnamon for the drinks. Her secret was to use a homemade sweetener and skim the milk just right before blending the mixture. The hot chocolates topped with a generous swirl of cream were perfect and looked exactly like the one advertised. Finally, she carried the 2 steaming mugs and a small plate of warm, leaf-shaped cookies outside for Joe and Adam. Autumn was busy but smiled as the coffee shop started filling up with customers who visited before and after their walks. "Oh, this is amazing," Joe exclaimed, taking a large mouthful of his hot chocolate and one of the leaf-shaped cookies. Adam agreed, noting that the drink's rich and creamy texture was just right for the cold weather. Inside, new customers found cozy chairs near the fireplace, enjoying the warmth and the gentle crackle of the fire. Autumn quickly brewed more coffee and restocked the beautiful harvest cake and cupcakes on the counter. The pleasant aroma of ginger and cinnamon enveloped everyone, making the cafe feel like the warmest place in town. A mother and her daughter Maya found a free table near the window and sat down. Maya clapped happily when her mother ordered a large slice of pie and 2 hot chocolates with extra whipped cream. Across the room, 4 friends were deep in a card game, having ordered donuts and apple pie with melting ice cream. Autumn knew the apple pie filling was perfectly sweet, made with just a pinch of nutmeg and brown sugar. The happy customers, enjoying their conversation and sweet treats, proved that Autumn's meticulous baking and her cozy shop were the heart of the community. The local hairdresser, his wife, and their young son Leo soon entered, eager for a cozy afternoon treat. Leo's father immediately spotted the impressive tiered cupcake stand, noticing the careful garnish of tiny white candies and 4 sprinkles. Each cupcake was topped with a perfect swirl of buttercream frosting, piping out of a special nozzle to achieve a delightful, moist texture. They all ordered pumpkin spice lattes and 2 cupcakes, which Autumn made using extra vanilla extract and confectioner's sugar for the icing. The entire family smiled, appreciating that every slice of pie and every cupcake was a true labor of love. The bakery was buzzing with happy activity. Near the window, 2 young women enjoyed their drinks and a cupcake, their thick scarves adding to the cozy scene. Another group of 4 friends sat playing a card game by the fireplace, fueled by coffee and a plate of sweet snacks. The counter, featuring the menu board with its hot drinks and the massive hot chocolate with whipped cream, was constantly busy. Autumn glanced proudly at the children's birthday party. The tiered stand of cupcakes was almost empty, and their faces were covered in cream and icing, the best sign of a successful day. Even the little detail of the candy apple and jar of cinnamon sticks by the window was appreciated by the guests. She'd used every mixing bowl, every whisk, and almost every tablespoon of sugar and flour in the kitchen today. As the afternoon waned, Autumn began to carefully wipe down the espresso machine and gather the used mugs. The rich aroma of ginger and cocoa powder lingered in the air, a final reminder of the day's warmth and the sweet treats she'd shared. Autumn sighed, her apron dusty with powdered sugar, and hung it up. Autumn's coffee shop was quiet now, waiting for the next day. She knew her hard work, from sifting the flour to spreading the final glaze, had made many people happy. It was a perfect autumn day, full of friends, warmth, and delicious baking. Thank you so much for listening to this short story. I hope you enjoyed your time with me, and I hope you enjoyed your coloring pages on this theme. Bye for now.